I wanted to create this video for every person that thinks they're too sensitive to be a content creator. I am a sensitive person, but I am not fragile. And what I mean by that is people always used to say to me, like, you've got to have thick skin if you're going to be a content creator. No, I do not. No, I do not have to have thick skin to be a content creator. So I wanted to talk about five things that I want you to consider if you're a sensitive person, but you want to be a content creator. The first thing to know is that sensitivity is not weakness. As sensitive people, we notice things, we care deeply, we think about impact, we replay conversations, we ask ourselves if we caused harm. That can be exhausting, but it can also really make us very, very thoughtful content creators. Two, the hard part usually isn't getting hate, is being misunderstood. For me, the hardest part isn't that someone disagrees with me. It is when someone misunderstands my heart, my intent, or the way I process. I can handle people not agreeing with me. What hurts me is when people decide who I am from one messy moment. The third one is creating online requires boundaries, not numbness. I don't want to stop caring about people, but I just can't let every comment, like every misunderstanding or every critique, have full access to me. And that is really, really difficult for me because I am the kind of person that genuinely takes in every comment. And I have learned to have people own their own feelings and not for me to take that in as a burden I have to carry. Four, you can be sensitive and still be responsible. So being sensitive doesn't mean I never have to receive feedback. I receive a lot of feedback all the time. It does not mean I get to avoid accountability, but it does mean that I need to differentiate between feedback that's meant to help me grow and feedback that's meant to hurt me or harm me. And lastly, you need a recovery plan. If you're a sensitive person like me and you want to create, you need to know what helps you come back to yourself. Sometimes people log off. Sometimes it means talking to someone you trust. For some folks, it might be praying. Some wait before they respond. Maybe it's taking a moment to remind ourselves that one person's comment is just that. It does not mean that this person, this random person that said something, knows anything about you. And you just have to let them have that opinion, let them have their thought, and let it go. I'm a strong believer that sensitive people don't need to be quiet. I don't think that sensitive people have to disappear from the internet because the internet can be harsh. I think some of the most thoughtful, compassionate, interesting creators are sensitive people. I don't think we need to create content like people who are unaffected. I get affected. The difference is I keep going. I keep going. And so if you are a sensitive person, kind of on the fence going, am I going to make content? I'm a sensitive person. I beg you to consider it. I want to say to you, do it. Do it. Because I do think that the internet is made better by people who are sensitive creating content because you create a space that cares about people more. And yeah, there's going to be people that try to harm the space you create, but that's why you put boundaries. And so from one sensitive person to another, I hope you make that content. Thanks.